Hello everyone and welcome to Sarah's Flower Classes. Today we're going to be doing a wishing well design. So we've got a piece of oasis that you fill a bowl of water up, put the oasis in and let it sink down naturally, and then it doesn't create any airlocks. Pop that in there. There's no need to attach it this time. It'll be perfect the way it is. We've also got a mini deco bump on the top of the wishing well. So we're going to do two arrangements, only a small one on the top, but we're going to connect the two together. Okay, so we're going to start, I'll introduce you to the flowers that we're going to be using. We've got a lily, we've got some nice freesias, we've got orange gerberas, statice, spray cars, and then the foliage we're going to be using is a thespe, a leatherleaf and some beargrass. Okay, so we're going to start by greening our arrangement up. We'll start with the leatherleaf first. So we want smaller bits. We're going to come out at a diagonal, not too long over, I'd say probably about 5 inches either side. And we're going to just bring smaller bits all the way around the front of the oasis, working as close to the top of the bark as you can, and then that'll free a bit more oasis up when we're putting the flowers in. Okay, so we've got lots of leather leaf. So this time of year, this is the best thing really to use when you're greening up your flowers. It's quite reasonably priced. We could use conifer tree as well, but it just looks a bit better than conifer. Okay, so we're going to go in. So always sort of strip the foliage from the bottom inch, because that's what we're going to put into the oasis, and then that won't create big holes. Okay, and then we're going to go the opposite corner again with quite a longer bit, and then around the back. Okay, I'm just going to bring a bit of the leather leaf onto the top, and it's just covering our oasis, which is our mechanics. Okay, now the mini deco on the top is a very small piece of oasis. So once you put something in, try and leave it where it is rather than taking it back out, because you'll create a lot of holes. Okay, so we're going to work really, really delicately with this bit. So again, stripping off the bottom part of the foliage, and we just want smaller bits just around the base of the mini deco. We've actually glued these on for you and wired it on, so it should stay in place. Okay, I'm just going to bring that round, and then just a slightly longer one there. So we're creating the same sort of shape there onto here, so it looks part of the arrangement. Just tiny bits of leather leaf on the top. Okay, and that should do us for that. I'll put a bit more on the bottom part just to cover that oasis a little bit more. You don't want to come too high, because obviously we've got to get our flowers in, so keep it quite flat. We're going to use some beargrass then to link the two together. So we've got to do a bit of wiring. So we're going to make a hairpin, so big leg and a little leg. And we get just a clump of the beargrass, so about 5-6 strands of this. Make sure it's all facing the right way, so the nice green pointing upwards. Cut off that bit. You're going to put the little leg onto it, and then you're going to wrap the big leg around the little leg and the beargrass, and that keeps that in place. Okay, and we're going to pop that into our oasis on the bottom with the shiny bit facing down, because then when we turn it over, the nice bit always shows. Okay, so we're going to wire this little bit up here as well into our other oasis. And again, hairpin, big leg and little leg. Take it together, measure a guide and lay it against, and then just wrap the wires round. Okay, I'm going to put it in and then I'm going to tidy up this bit, okay? I think we'll go with that. So that just brings us nice together. And I'm just going to snip a tiny bit off the ends, and I'm going to leave that nice bit on. Okay, so next we've got thespe. Again, so it just creates a bit of interest in the arrangements. It's a nice foliage to use, and it's really delicate looking. So we're just going to follow our leather leaf freely and just pop little bits in. Okay. So you want to be pushing this in about an inch so it's firmly into the oasis and it's drinking then the water. Okay. Bit out the back. And then just a little bit in the middle. And again, you'll have to go quite short in the middle because we don't want it very high. Okay, so now we're going to start putting our flowers in. So we're going to use a nice lily. There's multiple heads on this one, so we're just going to cut the heads off. And we can use them all individually then. We're only going to put the lily in the bottom part because they're too big really for the top bit. Okay, so we'll start with our nice head right in the middle. And then we're going to bring the smaller ones out to the side, to the front and to the back. Sometimes the lilies have only got 2 heads, sometimes they've got 5 heads, so it just depends how many we get. But that just fills up the arrangement nicely, and when the others open it'll be really good. Okay, so we're going to go in with our freesias next. So we've got 5 stems of freesias. I've gone for a nice purple colour, so when these open it'll just give a bit of a deep sort of colour into the arrangement. We're going to use all the freesias, even the little shoots. These probably won't open, but they just look quite nice in the arrangement, just gives you a bit of texture and a bit of variety. So we're going to start putting these in at the base of the arrangement and bring them all through to the front. Okay. And we're going to use 4 freesias, proper freesias in the base, so quite low down. 2, and then at the back, and again pushing them quite low down, and at the side. Okay, we've got a few little offshoots, so we'll use those as well. And bring those out to the side. And in the middle. I think I'll save the other 2 for the top part. So we've got just 1 stem of freesia, and we're going to go quite short with this. And we're just going to carefully pop it in. And then the other 2 little offshoots then we're just going to place, so sticking to really the length of the foliage, not going over too much. Okay, we've got Gerbera daisies then to go in. So again, we're going to wire the Gerberas. So into the head and gently twirl it round. Okay, and we've got 5 of these to use, and we're going to use 4 in the bottom part of the arrangement and then 1 in the top. So just gently as you can. I've used quite a low grade wire, just so it bends easily really. Okay. And then 1 more. I'm just going to do this halfway down and then just go back up, because this can be for my Gerbera in the top. Okay, so it's only a couple of inches. Right, so I think we'll start with that one, and really I just want this about 1 inch long, and that's just going to go right in the centre. Push it as far in as you can. Okay, and then with the other 4, we're just going to get that nice orange colour going throughout. So 1, I'm pushing it quite low down. This one just under the lily. And then towards the back. And then 1 right directly in the centre, so that your eye travels straight into the arrangement. And that against the nice yellow just brings that colour out. Okay, so we've got spray carnations next. We're going to use these to get the shape again. So we cut these into smaller pieces. And again, we're going to use all of them, although these won't open. They're a bit too tight. They just look a bit of interest in the arrangement, so, and it's a shame to waste them. So we're just going to cut these quite short, and we're going to come out to the length of the leather leaf that side, and then the other side, and then all around the base. I'm just going to bring that nice lilac colour through. And obviously these will open, and they'll open a bit bigger, so your arrangement will fill out. And again around the side, around that side, bringing them into the centre just to get that nice colour next to the yellow. I've got a couple more stems. So I need a bit of the colour up on the top part. So we'll do 1, 2, 3, and as you see, once I put them in, I don't move them. That's where they're staying, because I don't want to create lots of holes in the top part. So we're just going to use the rest of these just around the arrangement and into the centre, just to bring that nice lilac colour in. And a bit to the side. Okay. And then I'll use these tiny buds up in the top bit. So just coming out. There we go. We don't want too much up there because, as I say, it's only a tiny bit of oasis. So that's our spray carnations in. We're going to go in next with our filler flower, which is our statice. So again, we'll have this quite short, and it just fills the arrangement up for us and gives us that nice lemony yellow colour. So if this left out of water, it would just dry on the stem, so it's an everlasting flower, which is really good to use. We're just going to pop this in between our spray carnations. We're going to bring some onto the top as well, and just recessing it quite low down, and just gives that nice colour, and your eye will transfer into the arrangement. And just lift up your gerbera slightly, pop that one in, and then bringing it out to this side, and then to this side. So just a nice mix of it throughout the arrangement. Okay, quite a long bit there that I'm going to put there. And just cut a bit more to go at the back. And then one bit just there. You'll be able to see where you've got your little gaps, so just have a good rummage and look, and just as long as it's all the way through the arrangement, it'll look lovely. Okay, so that's the bottom part finished. We're just going to use this other little bit just on the top part, so we're just bringing that nice lemon colour up into the top. And again, once you put it in, leave it. And we're just going to have this just throughout, quite low. That just covers up the rest of the oasis that we've got showing. Okay. So we've got our nice arrangement there, linked by beargrass into the bottom arrangement. And I'm just going to finish off the little top arrangement with a burst of colour, and we're going to use a nice cerise butterfly. Cut it quite short. And we're going to have this just slightly under the gerbera, just peeking out. So that's our lovely wishing well design. To keep it watered, just fill in the bowl in there, and then just spray the top part of the oasis, which is where the mini deco is. I hope you enjoy making it. I'd love to see your photos, so make sure you send them to me, and I shall see you next time at Sarah's Flower Classes.